Hi, I'm James Shillinglaw, and I'm here today with Dario Flota, who is the CEO of the Quintana Roo Tourism Board, also called Mexico's Caribbean. And we've actually been doing a lot on Mexico's Caribbean in recent times because it was one of the few places we could go to. And we would go there anyway because it's such a wonderful destination. And Mexico in general, I think the only foreign country I've been to this year is Mexico 4 times. It is sort of thank God for Mexico because if it wasn't, we couldn't travel abroad. But we're going to talk to Dario a little bit about what's going on in Mexico's Caribbean, and it's really good news. And I was down there and saw lots of Americans traveling, an increasing number, but it's all being done observing health and safety protocols. So you're going to find out about all that and more on Insider Travel Report. Now, Dario, first of all, how are you and where are you?
I'm fine, James, and I'm very glad to say hi. I'm here in Cancun in our office. Unfortunately, are enjoying a great weather now here in Cancun.
Well, that's great. And I was just there and we had amazing weather while we were down there too. And of course, you just literally dodged that hurricane a few weeks ago, which was great. When I heard, I got all my friends and said, "Are you okay?" And they said, we really didn't have much damage. Is that right? You pretty much got through all that. And so there's really been no real major effect.
Yes, fortunately, this Hurricane Delta was downgraded just before touching our shores from Category 4 to Category 2. And it was moving really fast. So in a few hours, it left the peninsula and only leaving some small damages in trees and affecting the electricity service in some areas. But for the tourism service, all went back to normal, and even on the same day of the hurricane, for the afternoon, people was back in their resorts enjoying, and for the next day, the airport continues with the scheduled flights as usual. We were very fortunate to have only minor effect.
Well, that's great because I know I immediately talked to all my friends down there and said, "Are you guys okay?" And they said, "Yes, we've got a little minor damage, and we moved people out, to protect them for the time when the storm was supposed to hit, but it really wasn't that bad." So fortunate given, it's the last thing we needed in this age of COVID to have a hurricane. And I know the folks down in Louisiana and Texas have had a lot worse with some of these hurricanes, but hopefully that might be it, but we shall see. And I know it's been a while since the Yucatan and Quintana Roo had any major hurricanes. So let's keep our fingers crossed that that's going to be the case. Now, let's talk a little bit about the tourism numbers so far and how they are looking from the U.S. Obviously not at the numbers that you're used to, but are Americans returning to your destination, to Cancun, to Riviera Maya?
Well, we recently are on the 4th month after we reopened hotels. We started again in June the 8th. Since then to September, we have received more than 300,000 American visitors. We have nothing is regular in this year, but we've been working with the American Airlines, and we have scheduled as since now to December, not only the same number of flights we had before the COVID, but even more. We have an increase on available seats flying to Cancun. We have direct flights from more than 31 cities in the United States, which make easier to come instead of making long connections or something like that. It's very easy to get here and comfortable. We have now between Mexican visitors and American visitors, we have raised over 1,200,000 visitors along these 4 months.
No, that's great news. And I know from just anecdotally, when I flew back from Cancun a few weeks back, it was a pretty full airport. It wasn't as full as I've seen in the past, but it was really, you saw people and they were all going back to America after having their holidays. So that was all good news. And the other even better news is that when you went through entering into Mexico and Cancun, it really was the easiest I've ever done it. I don't know, you're getting the visitation, but it's definitely, it's far more efficient now. I don't know why, but it just seemed to me, we always think everybody's going to be going down there, and we're going to backed up in customs and in immigration. But in this case, no, not a problem at all. So that was fantastic.
And more important than that is that even with this number of people coming in these recent months, we don't have, we could expect with more people being together at the airport, at the hotels, at the restaurants, we could expect, have the expectation to have more people with COVID.
Right.
Instead of that, we have a reduction in the number in the states of cases. We have in the state of Quintana Roo, where Cancun and Playa del Carmen and Cozumel are, we have only 1.5% of the total cases, the positive cases we have in the country. So we act as it's like an island. We are very strict protocols that have been working, and the success of these protocols is this combination of having back the visitors to our region, and at the same time having a less number of people with the virus.
Yeah, let's talk about that, because you did put in a substantial number of health and safety protocols statewide to give travelers confidence that they can safely visit. And I definitely saw that, both in the airports and in the resorts that I visited. So what exactly did you do for those protocols?
Well, along the month of May, we were working on the creation of a certification, a clean and safe check certification for the state that was recognized for the WTTC, the World Travel and Tourism Council. Cancun was named between one of the first destinations in the world to be recognized with a safe travel stamp, recognizing these protocols. At this moment, almost 7,000 companies, including restaurants, hotels, transportation companies, aquatic marine excursions, tourist guides, everybody involved in having contact with visitors, getting this responsibility of getting the certification. And that is part of what everybody can see. How many things have changed on the process of hotels, the check-in, the check-out, the restaurants, the room service, even the pool, the ambiance, and in the restaurants. And this has been working because, fortunately, as I was saying, the result of this is that we have health visitors and health workers in the industry, in the tourism industry.
Well, that's great. And I know, because I was down there when back in March, I was in Mexico, and unfortunately that was about the time when everybody had to start closing down. I would have stayed, but everybody they kept saying, I guess we're going to have to close the hotel, and I said, okay, I guess we should go now. But I would have, it would have been perfectly fine for me to stay for 4 months down there. Now let's talk a little bit about have most of the hotels and resorts now reopened? And I understand there also might be capacity limits, though, for them right now.
Yes, most of the hotels have opened, and we have in this reopening process, we have a traffic light system. We are now in the yellow stage with allows a maximum capacity rate of occupancy of 60%. Right. Cancun and Riviera Maya and Cozumel, we are near the 40% occupancy, which is far away from the 80 we used to have. But 40% is a good number for everyone, even for those who are coming, because as you could see, it's a different experience to be in a resort, in a big resort with very few people.
Not it's for the guests who are there, it's not an unpleasurable thing. It really is kind of nice. Although I'm sure from your perspective, it'd be back nice to be up to 80% again. But for now, as you said, it's a good number. Now have most of the attractions on Riviera Maya open? I mean, the theme parks and you have water parks and all kinds of things. I don't know if those. I didn't really go to those when I was down there, but are you seeing those reopening?
Yes, the attractions are already open, and each one have different protocols and COVID precautions, but there are some rules for now, but they are already open.
No, that's great. One of these days I have to sort of do the Riviera Maya corridor and just go hopping from theme park to theme park. I think it would be fun. And I've only done a few of them. Usually I'm just going to one of the resorts down in Tulum or Playa or Cancun. Now, earlier this month, you actually are doing more marketing campaigns, and you launched a new health and wellness campaign, which is showcasing your destination as a place where travelers can truly escape and to de-stress, especially in these COVID times. What can you tell us about that campaign, and why are you launching it now?
Well, now more than ever, the people is looking for escape from the day-to-day, from the stress, to being isolated at home, and they're looking for this space to breathe. And we launched this campaign, Mind, Body, and More, in the Mexican Caribbean, with the feature with Andrea Rogers, which has been showcasing in a virtual way the yoga classes and all these activities in some of our greatest places along our state. Visiting from north to south of our state, 4 great resorts. And that's what we are looking for. For all those people who is doing exercise at home, who is doing yoga at home, and who's also for looking for how to get away, to have a getaway to do it. We found this opportunity to showcase this part of the attractions our region have.
Well, actually, my secret is I was at a wellness resort down in Playa del Carmen, and I don't do yoga, but I figured, what the heck, this is a time to learn, right? So I did it for the first 2 times, and then I had a business meeting, and I said, well, I'll do it the following day, and I'll admit I didn't go for the whole 6 days because it was getting pretty strenuous, the type of yoga they were doing, but it was really well done. There were a lot of people doing it, and it's a great place to rediscover or discover for the first time things like that.
Well, yes, we're including resorts like Nizuc in Cancun, Rosewood, Mayacoba in Playa del Carmen, Riviera Maya, Amansala in Tulum, and also the Hotel Rancho Encantado in Bacalar.
Now, you also you're marketing it out. Where can people still see this campaign? I believe you had a series of sort of Instagram live broadcasts with a health and wellness expert, Andrea Lee Rogers. That was your kind of person. She was really focused on that campaign. Can we still see that campaign?
Yes, there are still 2 more sessions by Instagram. I'm following her in her account, and Andrea Extend Barre. They can follow. We can still they remain recorded, but there are still 2 upcoming. On next Tuesday is the one in Rancho Encantado. Okay. How to prepare a great ceviche in Bacalar. And
I got to watch that one. I got to work on that. I got to prepare a great ceviche. I think I got to.
You can take advantage for that one.
There you go. That's appointment TV or appointment Instagram, rather.
And 2 days later, we have the last one in Rosewood, Mayacoba, in how to recreate wellness suites at home. So how to prepare at home the facilities to practice the yoga.
Now, you're doing the health and wellness campaign. Are you doing any other marketing to get visitors to return to Mexico's Caribbean?
Yes, we have been launching different videos for different segments along these months, touching family traveling, also the romance and wedding, which is a great destination for weddings. And recently, the video regarding the meetings industry for incentive travel for reunions. We have still now the protocol to have safety these kind of events.
Well, I know that they're still having weddings down there because I talked to some of the wedding coordinators, and they are smaller, but they're being socially distant, socially responsible. But it's such a beautiful place to get married as well. Now, we go out to about 100,000 travel advisors out there. Is there anything else you'd like to tell them about Mexico's Caribbean and its plans? Anything, and also anything else that you can tell them so they can reassure their clients that it is safe to go and it's a great vacation?
Sure. Well, this situation has forced us to be more focused on technology and to make easier to travel advisors how to get information to be updated on what is going on here. So we recently also launched an e-learning. We have now almost 900 travel agents registered, and they can get information about the Mexican Caribbean in our website, mexicancaribbean.travel. They can find this segment, the e-learning program, to become a specialist on the area and to get all the information regarding where to stay, what to do, what to eat, and how to come.
Okay, I just want you to repeat that website for our travel agent viewers. You were cutting out a little bit, but I want to make sure our travel advisors have that URL.
Yes, it's mexicancaribbean.travel.
Okay, anything else you'd like to tell them aside from just come on down?
Well, just to insist on what we were talking a moment ago, this is a very good moment to come. The weather is fantastic. It's easy to come through a nice non-stop flight and enjoying the resorts and this marvelous place in a moment where there are only a few visitors. Take that advantage.
And also for travel advisors, and I have been down there, there are a number of travel advisors going on familiarization trips. They're visiting the resorts and they're getting educated about the whole region. And it's actually, you got to keep going back because every time I go, I see a new resort or I see a refurbished resort or I see a new attraction. There's always something new in your state.
Yes, it's very important. That's why our e-learning program is going to be very useful because they can be updated. And there are also ways to get the way to participate in one of our farm trips.
Well, I'm sure a lot of travel advisors, I know some very big organizations here are starting to do some major FAM trips for both to Mexico and the Caribbean because it's a great time to do that. And these are destinations that are open. And it's time to get ready for, let's say for 2021, when people will start to really go down there. But again, Dario, I want to thank you for taking the time to speak with us about one of my favorite destinations and currently the one I've gone to most this year. 3 out of the 4 times I've been to Mexico, it's been to your area, all that whole area, and it is always find something new. It's such a relaxing and beautiful area to go to, and I've been doing it for years, but I have a newfound appreciation for it now that it is, my destination of choice. And I think even after this is over, it will still be one of my destinations of choice. So thank you so much.
Thank you, and hope to see you soon back here.
Absolutely. I'm booking my tickets next time. Very quick. Anyway, I'm James Schillinglaw, and this is Insider Travel Report.